Bro.
Welcome back. This is episode 62. Your favorite people on the internet.
2028, Jack Kirby's running for president.
2028. Y'all vote me in. I'm not 35, so I don't technically... Why'd you get me on this? Why'd you do that? I don't technically fit, the qualifications. But screw that, man.
But neither do the presidents right now.
Yeah.
So,
should I wait till I'm 90? Should I wait till I'm in hospice? Oh, yeah, I should. I should. And I'll be on the ballot under one of the two options. Anyway.
Anywho.
Yeah. I'm not going to do that. I don't know. I don't know. You guys are going to be so tired of winning when I get into office. You guys are going to look around and you're going to say, it's too much. We can't handle it anymore. It's too much winning. Mr. President.
You'll make it 3 weeks in there before they get you.
That's what they said. Mr. President, we can't handle it. We can't win anymore. We can't win anymore. It cost me only $80 to put gas in my car. My grocery bill is only $1,000 a month. I can't afford to keep winning. Mr. President, please send more money to Israel. Mr. President, the best thing we can do right now is bomb another school in Iran. Because somebody over there is thinking about a nuclear bomb. Again! That's your fault. It's your fault. You got me started. Oh, I'm sorry.
We might leave that in.
Screw it. What's it matter? What's wrong anymore?
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Anyways, today we're going to talk about being average. I guess. By the way, I want to throw it out there. The transformation's almost complete.
Transformation?
Yeah, I'm almost my dad.
Oh yeah.
Like, if I start losing hair right here, it's done. It's done.
We're getting close.
We're getting close.
Baby's what? 5 months away? 6 months away? October?
30 weeks. It moved back to November.
Oh, okay. 6 months away.
You
still got a little time to transform completely.
We got a better ultrasound. Absolutely fascinating technology. Like, just clicking points on a screen, and it's like, oh, it's 2.3 centimeters. I'm like, the baby's 23 millimeters? You know how small 23 millimeters is?
Yeah, it's not very big.
Yeah, it's not at all. Yeah. But they think it was 9 weeks when we did that.
Mm.
And, yeah.
They know the gender yet?
The labs are sent off. That was my next point. So sometime next week we'll know. Within like 99% or something. Mm-hmm. And the scary thing is we'll also know if it's going to have any, I don't know what to call that.
Like defects,
disabilities.
Yeah.
Like chronic
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
yeah.
I don't know the best way to describe that. But stuff you're born with.
Yeah. That
you're going to be stuck with for the rest of your life. We'll know that pretty freaking early.
Yeah, if he's got like 11 fingers or something.
Yeah, that works.
9 toes.
11 fingers and 9 toes.
Yeah, just
got still balanced. It's still balanced.
Just got misplaced.
I don't know. Raina's body may not add a pancreas.
Hey, you gave her one. It'll be all right. It won. Him won. The baby. I don't know.
My genetics.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't have my genetics. One of her coworkers, I went into Walgreens the other day, and one of her coworkers was just dogging on me. She was like, You got all right eyes, but I hope it doesn't get anything else. I don't know you. Like, thanks, kind of.
That's funny.
Pretty eyes, she said.
62 weeks of being with your brother.
Yeah, man. How much have we changed in 62 weeks? Dude?
What?
So much. I mean, I went from like...
We went from dressing up nice.
I don't even know, man. So different.
Scared to talk to the beginning.
We're tired of winning. We're so tired of winning. We can't handle any more winning. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Speaking of winning, we're going to win the Mushroom Festival this weekend. I don't know in what aspect, but we're going to win it. We're going to have the most fun booth. We're going to win the least amount of money made because we're not going to be unless we start taking up donations.
Yeah,
but we're gonna win that race. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm kind of nervous about the 5K.
Really?
Yeah, because I told everyone I was going to win it, but then I looked at the times from last year, and there was like this 60-year-old man that put up like a 17-minute 5K. I'm like, oh gosh. My watch.
I might win it.
I'll win my age group. My watch says I can run a 16:58 5K. No shot. Do you know what that is? It's like a 5:15 mile for 3. There's no way.
Oh my god.
There is no way I can do that. I do want to show something though.
Oh, well, to fill up the space. Oh, never mind. You're right there.
Yeah. What were you going to fill up?
Oh,
with?
Russ Swim. He yelled at me and Jimmy this morning at the run club.
Oh yeah.
And he asked if I was keeping up with Gabe. And I said, nah.
He ain't here. No, but I got nice new alpha flies. They came in the mail today.
Mucho dinero over here.
Yes.
Big money.
Yeah, I got them on sale for almost half off. That's
a killer deal.
That was the big. That's kind of why they're ugly a little bit.
I thought they were cool.
I mean, they're kind of cool
for race shoes, man.
Yeah,
get out there and.
I just don't know the outfit I'm gonna put together with it. But
yeah, man, have you seen what people run in?
That is true.
That
is true.
Close your eyes and spin a wheel. Whatever color it lands on is whatever color you pick.
But the thing about these shoes is I've seen a bunch of TikToks about them or comments about them on TikTok. It's like you think you're at a race, like a horse race, because it just sounds like.
Oh.
They sound like were they Clydesdales? Is that what they're called? The horses.
That's a horse breed,
yeah, it just sounds like a bunch of. I guess thoroughbreds would be the right.
Horses sound like
a bunch of horses running through. But anyways, got some Chinese on the back for whatever reason.
Mandarin.
Yeah, Nike likes to do that. It's the same thing, ain't it?
Kinda.
Mandarin and Chinese.
Kinda.
What's the difference?
I don't really know. I'm sure there's a country out there that would be really mad that you called their native language Chinese.
Well, people call us American all the time. Our native language is English.
Yeah, that's fair. Like the Secretary of War, is that what he is?
Sure.
Technical. Pete Hegseth, he made a joke about only speaking American in front of however many people, and really the whole country because it was live.
Yeah.
But
I try not to get offended anymore about things.
It didn't offend me. It was just stupid.
Yeah. But yeah, I call out stupidity. I mean, I try not to get offended by things, but if you're going to be a stupid idiot, I'm going to acknowledge that you're being a stupid idiot.
Yeah, like when they changed the Department of Defense to the Department of War, which, by the way, not a good look,
The only reasoning behind that was to draw clicks and to draw attention and to make division. That's the only reason behind any of the crap that's going on in our country is to draw freaking division.
But he went out there and rolled up his sleeves to use a screwdriver. Like, come on, brother. What are we doing? Like, somebody came out there and pre-drilled those holes for him. Some construction worker got paid to go out there and have that all set up and staged for him.
Yeah.
And his foreman had to be like, hey, don't actually install it, though. They're going to make this a camera thing.
Yeah.
So that some guy can roll his sleeves up and install it himself.
Some TV actor can come out and do it.
Pete Hegseth. I don't know, man.
I'm telling you, it's a big reality TV show is all it is.
I'm so tired. I don't even know if it's reality TV, man. Well, I guess it is.
Yeah.
It feels like South Park, though. I can't remember who did that. It might have been SNL. They made a fake tweet that was like a Truth Social post.
Yeah.
That was like supposedly something that Trump posted. And they're like, the crazy thing is that we made that up and nobody doubted that it was made up.
Yeah.
Everybody here believed that he really said that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I don't know. I'm so disappointed.
Yeah.
In everything. You reposted a TikTok, and it was a woman talking about anxiety and depression and stuff. Mm-hmm. I think it was this morning. And I watched it.
Yeah.
And she's on to something, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, the world's
I saw that a couple days ago.
In a bad spot.
What was that? Was it on TikTok?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I watched that the other day, and it's a pretty good message. We can talk about it a little bit if you want to.
Sure.
But so she was talking about like what anxiety is, because this is a girl that was diagnosed with anxiety, OCD, and all this stuff.
Panic disorder.
Yeah. And so she basically says that everything in our life is either a truth or a lie, which it is, right? You have what this is happening, what's that happening, and let's see. Let me try my best to. But I think she got talking about how like what'd she say in it?
So she said one thing. She said that you don't really have anxiety, which I halfway agree with. I feel like calling it anxiety is pretty fair, because she described it, and she was saying like if you had a car that went 60 miles per hour and you had a car that went 300 miles per hour, and the car, like, you would be more scared in their 300 mile per hour car.
Yeah.
Because you're taking in more information and you have to process it quickly.
Yes.
Like, you're not weak because you're moving faster.
Mm-hmm.
It's just more to take in and deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think what she was getting at is a lot of people that have anxiety and stuff like that, they're reacting to all the bad stuff around them.
Mm-hmm.
And they convince themselves that lies are true.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they convince themselves that they're timid, scared, weak, afraid.
Yeah.
All this other stuff. When actually, Scripture tells us that God didn't make us with a timid spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So you really just have to acknowledge that whenever you're reacting to all the bad stuff around you, and that has an effect on you,
mm-hmm.
that you're not weak. You're just dealing with a lot of crap.
Yeah.
And I really liked what she was saying. I also liked that she threw in there that she wasn't trying to throw shade at medical professionals.
Yeah.
Because they're doing, like, it's like any group of people. There's going to be some bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, everybody's just trying to make the world a little bit better every day and take care of their family.
Mm-hmm. I think that kind of fades back into what we were kind of getting on about at the beginning of this.
Before the song?
A little bit of both.
Yeah,
before and
you're
after.
Right.
And so, because like we got all this crap going on. It's like, here, I think I said it last week or 2 weeks ago. It's like if my shoes weren't tied, I'd be tripping and falling on my face at the moment, just in life. And so, like there's just so much crap going on, and it really is how you handle it, or I guess how you process all that information that's coming in. It's like some people, you know, they will just be able to process it easier than other people, but you still got to work through it. You know, you can't just let it, like for me, if something bad's going to happen to me, I've got to work through it. I might be working through it a different way than say the same bad thing happens to you. You'll work through it using this equation, but I'll work through it using this equation. But the thing is, we both got to work through it. You know, I can't just sit here and expect it to go away while you're sitting there working through it. You know, like if I don't do anything about it, whatever bad things in my life happen, if I don't do anything about it, it's just going to sit there and it's going to eat me alive, and I won't be able to like go on living. So with like, you know, I think what we were kind of talking about in the beginning was halfway joking, maybe a little bit. I don't know how serious we were with it.
Like,
but like for the crap that's going on in our country, people's got to make changes and stuff. And the crap that's going on in our lives, we've got to make changes so that crap doesn't happen no more. And I think that leads into our topic for today that shout out Noah Lutz, he gave me. Leads into our topic of like why most people never escape being average.
Yeah.
You know, I think I said it last week. It's like, well, I feel like I'm mediocre at just about everything.
Yeah.
You know, I'm average at a lot of things, I think. And I feel it's like when I go to school, you know, I never was like the tippy top highest in the class, but I was never at the complete bottom either. You know, I was just in the middle. Same in college. I was never up at the very top, but I mean, I was in the middle, you know. Football, I mean, I wasn't at the very top. I was like middle and up. Same, like everything that I feel like I've ever done, I think I've been mediocrely average at.
Yeah. Besides
running. Yeah. I would say I'm in the pretty top percentile of that.
I would too.
Comparatively to quote unquote regular everyday people that's not a professional runner.
Yeah.
I would say I'm pretty high into that. And that's interesting. 'Cause like in every video game, just everything, I feel like I've just been average at. You know, when it comes to like coaching, when it comes to teaching other people, when it comes to kind of being the leader, the voice in the group, I just feel like I've always been kind of average at it. And so kind of thinking about this topic over the past, 30 minutes or whatever, that it's kind of been on my mind. Why do people never escape being average?
So,
that's a hard question to ask.
I don't want to just answer it with numbers.
Yeah.
You know what a normal distribution is?
Explain that to the people that don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. So normal
that person being me.
Normal distribution. Well, I mean, I was going to explain it anyway. But
yeah.
I was going to show you. I can't really give them a visualization unless I walk up there with this. So you've got 0, 100, and 50.
Okay.
Percent. Oh my gosh. Well, that's skewed because I drew it horribly. Terribly. I drew it horribly.
That's just terrible.
Horrible. So, hang on. I want to get this right.
What's this called?
Normal distribution.
Normal distribution. So for the ones that are trying to listen and imagine this, he's got a 0 on one side of the line and 100 on the other side of the line. Right in the middle, he's got a 50, and he's got like a big mountain line drawn across the top of it.
It's a parabola.
Parabola.
So a normal distribution has one peak. And if you have a sample size of above 30, you're typically going to, so like if you take 30 metrics,
mm-hmm.
like if you pick 30 cars in urban and you take their top speed.
Okay.
You know, most of your data is going to fall on this 50%.
Okay.
So this is your data.
Okay.
On the y-axis.
Yes.
Most of your data is going to fall here. You're going to have a few that come down here.
Drive slow with old people.
Well, I was thinking we can talk about drivers.
Yeah.
You're going to have a few out here, the high school kids and the adults that never grew out of high school. Sorry. This is a really poor. If you're taking statistics in college, don't listen to anything what I'm saying because I didn't explain it well. But you're going to have a few outliers, right? So you're going to have a few people that drive really slow. And whenever you get out of that 45 mile per hour speed zone around Little Caesars and you're going toward Richmond on 52, some people are going to keep going 40 or 45 until they get past a light at the bypass. I don't know why, but then they'll step it up to about 55, 50. Yeah. Somewhere in there. And you've got some people that'll roll through the 45 mile per hour speed zone at like 60, 65. I've seen 70. Yeah. So if you take a decent sized sample, so a decent amount of data points, it's typically going to fall in a normal distribution. Okay. And you can even like set this up.
It's like a box and whisker plot.
Yes. Yeah. Kind of. So you can even set up like what's that game called where you drop the circles in the little box and you try to make 4 in a row or something.
Connect 4.
Connect 4. Yeah, that's clever. Got a clever name, doesn't it? It's got a clever name. So if you had a box like that, or like those games where you like you drop something in the top and there's a bunch of nails. Yeah. And so it kind of like scatters around. Yeah. So if you took 100 little marbles and dropped into one of those games or quarters or whatever you're using, they're going to land in that distribution naturally. Yes. So it's just a thing that happens. So I think that's why most people fall into average. Because that's just how stuff happens. That's a terrible answer. That's why I didn't want to just answer with numbers.
That makes sense, though.
But, like, you're going to have a lot of people that walk around with a pretty normal IQ. Yeah. That's fine. I don't know my IQ, so I don't really know where I'm at in that. If I had to guess, I'd say I'm somewhere, like, over here. At the bottom end. Not really. I don't know. I might be a little bit above average. Probably not much. Yeah. I don't know. But you're gonna have a lot of people that are just average. Yeah. They're gonna have an average IQ. They're gonna have an average way of looking at things. An average way of problem solving. Mm-hmm. And that's why, like, I'd say that's why we have a lot of, like, we have this debt culture. Yeah. Like, we did this in the 1920s. Installment payments got really popular in the 1920s. We learned about this in high school.
And what happened?
We have Sezzle. We have all kinds of different installment plans. Like, if you buy something.
Like right now, Affirm.
Affirm,
yeah.
Yeah. Sezzle, Affirm. There's a few of them. But, like, if you get online, you get on Amazon. Yeah. Every Amazon listing gives you the option of an
pay
installment.
Now or buy now, pay later.
And it'll be like everything. Yeah. It'll be like a $40 thing, and it's like,
well, you can spend $2 now.
$40 today, or you can spend $5 every month. Yeah. For however many months.
Yeah. For the next 8 months.
Yeah. Probably 9, so they get their money. Yeah. But, like, that's a pretty, like, if you had $100 in your bank account right now, and you got in your car, you drove down the road, boom, something bad happened. Well, you take it to a shop, and they're like, okay, we can fix it for $1,200. That's a terrible example.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the most average thing to do is like, well, I'll take out some money. I'll
Yeah.
take out a loan and go get it fixed. And like, not a lot of people. I'm definitely average. That's probably what I'd do. But not a lot of people are going to have some grand plan to avoid that, get it fixed, and like it takes somebody really clever to find all the loopholes that you would have to find and go through to get that fixed.
Yeah.
And have like not a lot of downside.
Yeah.
You know? Nah, that was a horrible example. I could have thought of somebody better. But like, that's a lot of it. It's just the word average.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You're the average.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Or the mean.
I think when it comes to IQ, I think that's when it comes to the intangible, or maybe the tangibles. I don't know which one of this would be. I guess IQ is the intangible, but I guess you can improve your IQ over time. So would that be a tangible? If you work at it, would that be a tangible?
That doesn't have anything to do with tangible and intangible.
But
something you're stuck with.
Something you're stuck with, I guess.
I'd say
or something
you're stuck with your IQ.
Yeah, I guess so.
You can improve it, but it's.
But I'm thinking of a different. I'm thinking of your money situation. What would that be? Would that be a tangible?
Tangible.
That'd be a tangible aspect.
I think
you could always.
Intangible would be like happiness.
Yes,
because you can't really measure that.
That's true. So something you can, if we're measuring average on, like you said, there's a lot of people that fall around the 50% line. There's probably a lot of people that fall around the 0% line, but there's not a lot of people that fall around the 100% line.
No.
Huh?
No.
When it comes to...
That would...
Huh? Am I backward? Are we thinking the same way here?
So, I mean, if you have an average,
that
means you have... Are you talking about financial?
I'm talking about financial. I'm talking about literally anything.
So if you're talking about an average, it depends if it's skewed.
Yes.
So if it's skewed,
well, let's
you're getting pulled in one direction.
Yes. So let's talk about let's look at this. I mean, the financial stuff, money's something everybody has. You either have a lot or a little or an average amount. Money's something everyone has. Money's something everyone can relate to, right? So if we look at it from a money percentile, you always hear of the 1%ers, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people in this line. You got a 0. So there's a lot of people towards the 0 to the 50% line in that range. There's a bunch of people there, right? And there's 1% that's up to 98 plus.
Yeah.
Or I guess we'll say 99 plus the 1%ers.
I'd say 98.
Yeah, but so the average would make it be probably around 50 because there's a lot of people down here, 1 or 2 people up here. So the average would. So say we have 5 people over here, or let's say we have 100 people down here at the 0 mark, or about the 0 to 10%. Then we have 1 person in the. Yeah, that's good. So the average of this would be probably right in the middle, right?
Yeah.
So maybe even towards this way some more. I don't know where I'm going with this. But that's just kind of how you're thrown into place, right? And I'm trying to loop this around to where I've got the words in my head. I just want to say it out and try to put thoughts to words here. But you're born into a lot of situations, and you're kind of thrown into a lot of situations in this life. Like you're handed a deck of cards, right?
Yeah.
And you're handed these experiences that happen to you. And I'm big on, well, you can't control what happens to you, but you can control the way you respond to what happens to you. I'm big on that.
Yeah.
And so you can always change scenarios a little bit. Is that change easy? No. Is that change going to take sacrifices? Yes. A lot of sacrifices, whether that is a financial burden, whether that is losing relationships, whether that is moving completely far away or this or that. But you can always, like, you have free will. You can change. You can do different things. Like the other day, we were on the track team was on I-75 going south to Berea, and I'm like, this road will take me to Tampa, Florida if I wanted to. You know, what's stopping me from just getting in a car and just driving down to Tampa, Florida? There's literally nothing stopping me. But I have responsibilities at home that I got to take care of, you know. So I have that chance, or I have that ability to go down to Florida and go spend a week in Florida or whatever, you know. It's like, but is that smart? Is that smart? Is that the responsible thing to do? Well, no, it's not. It's not responsible to do. But I could do that, you know. So there's always when it comes to being average or escaping the average, I like to think of it, you know, something that I've talked about here is like the losing weight thing. Why people never escape being average is like, I accepted for the longest time that I was going to be fat. Like, that's just, I came to that realization probably when I was 16 years old. You know, okay. I'm going to be fat the rest of my life. There's nothing I can do about it. I just don't want to let it get out of control.
Yeah.
That's a conversation I've had with myself. I've talked about it on here before. And I had that realization. And from 16 to 18 years old, that's just kind of the mindset I was in. You know, I was just kind of maintaining where I was. You know, I was working in football a little bit, you know, because I wanted to be good at that and I wanted to excel at that. And there was a little bit I wanted to play college football, but then I realized I don't love it that much. You know, that's not something I want to go do and get in a bunch of debt for. But so I didn't do that. And then I went to college, and I'm like, well, I can continue just being the way I am, or I can make a change, you know. And that's something that I've tried to do in my life as of here recently, is make a change, you know, because there's I'm sure people listening now, if there are anybody listening now, or I'm sure there's people out there that they want to change something in their life, you know, and either they feel like they don't have the support to change, whether they feel like they don't want to do it, or whether it's scary, or whether they don't know what the other side of the coin's going to be like looking on the outside, or whatever reasoning or whatever excuse you want to make in your head why you don't want to change. If that change is positive, do it.
Yeah.
You know, because for me, I looked in the mirror, I'm like, I don't like who I am anymore. I'm going to make a positive change, you know. And I wouldn't recommend making any type of negative change. And, you know, you might make the change thinking it's positive, and then it turns out being negative. But that's life, you know. But if you're going to sit down and you're going to make a positive change in your life, it's like I talked to people today. It's like, man, I need to get my weight under control. You know, I just need to do this and make this change. But man, it's hard. You know, I love pop too much, you know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you've got change calls for sacrifice. Change calls for hard decisions. Change calls for discipline. And change calls for just going and doing it, you know? Because if you're scared to do something, you're never going to do it. You know, if you're scared to make that change, you're never going to do it. And there's no telling how many times that I've been scared to do something and I've just backed out of it, or I've talked myself out of it, you know. It's like, well, this isn't going to happen. This is stupid, you know. Or what if this bad thing happens, or what if this, or what if that? Well, what if nothing bad happens at all and everything works out the way it's supposed to, you know? And so when it comes to people being, what was the prompt?
Being average.
Why people never escape being average. I don't think it's because of a lack of work ethic. That might have a little bit to do with it.
Yeah.
You don't want to work to get to that next level. Because for me, getting to where I am in running, holy crap, that has been hard. Like, it's been hard. Like, this past 4 months has been... I've ran 62 miles this week. I'm going to run 6 more tonight. There's nothing more that I'd rather do. Just go home and go to sleep after this. I'm just exhausted. But I'm going to go run 4 miles or 6 miles after this. But like, so that's going to be hard. And I've worked at it to get where I'm at, to be above average than everyone else when it comes to running. But like, to escape being average, you have to be able to work. And so work ethic might be a little bit with it. People don't want to work hard to get above average, but I also don't think that is. I think there's a lot of people that have a really good work ethic and they just don't know how to apply it, you know? Yeah. And they don't know how to apply to get to that next step. And that's kind of where I feel like I'm at with like my professional life.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care to go and work hard for, you know, a job. I don't care to do that. I just don't know where to apply that work ethic to. Like right now, I've just been applying it to running. And yeah, it's fine, but that's not feasible. Like the amount of stuff I'm doing at the moment, it's not feasible over a 2-year, 3-year span. It's like I'm going to burn out. And like I'm going to burn out quick if I keep up at the rate I'm keeping up with just all the crap I'm doing. And so, like, I could tell. It's like I'm running on a quarter of a tank all the time. It's like when I was driving the Jeep around. I'd be burning gas, and I'd go fill it up, put $15 in, and just keep going around. And so that's how I feel. That's how I feel all the time. Just at a quarter tank, just rolling around. And so, like, I'm going to burn out quick if I don't make a change, you know, with my professional life and just kind of what I'm doing. But I feel like I got a pretty, like, strong work ethic, and I don't say that to, like...
Your work ethic has changed so much in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
I remember freshman year of college, we were talking about what we were going to do for work. Because I asked you, like, what kind of job you could get with your degree. And I'm pretty sure, like 99% certain, that you said the same thing you would have told me now. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
And, but like, I was talking about something that you could do. Mm-hmm. I don't want to throw this out there. But I was talking about something you could do.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what I would do in your shoes.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, but that's hard work. I was like, okay, sure. But now you're so different. Like, I don't know. You have a strong ability to just move. You know?
Yeah.
Like with this, I texted you. I'd been thinking about doing something like this for a month. I texted you about it, and I was like, all right, let's see what we need, and we'll do it.
Yeah.
I was scared. I was like, that's not the right way to do things. You've got to think about it for 6 months and never act on it, you know? That's what I always did. But, yeah, you've changed a lot in that way.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point now, if something needs to be done, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
It's like that hotel thing the other night. Oh, that was working me up. Because I was like, I'm looking for, like, we need this hotel. I don't care. Just click. Bye. I don't care. Like, I'm at that point in my life. Like, if I need something, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
If something needs to be done, I'll do it.
I was talking to Raina on the phone, and I was like, at this point, I'm just going to drive. Like, I'm just going to drive up there 2 days. And I was like, I've pretty much made that drive every day for weeks. It's like, you can sleep on the way up there. I'll just drive. Screw it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to pay $220. And then you text me, you're like, you owe me $220. It's like, brother. No rush on the money or anything.
Like, I don't care, dude. Like, I
know.
I don't care.
I know.
But
was the timer real?
yes,
Really?
It had a timer for the
That's
reservation.
Crazy.
Yeah, it gave me 15 minutes, or I'd have lost them.
Such crap.
So, but like, yeah, going back, why do people never escape average? I think it's because people don't know where to apply that work ethic to, or you apply it to the wrong things, or you apply it to the wrong people.
I know people that work so hard to be unemployed. It's insane. It's insane. Like, it would be so much less effort to just get a job, and the quality of life would be so much better. But nah, they want to grind every day, kinda, to be unemployed.
Kinda. That sounds like something I'd say.
It sounds like something you said. What a throwback. Oh, dude.
Kinda. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of my thoughts on it. Why do people never escape being average? I think it's just either they don't have the direction to, they're not pointed in the right direction. They're too lazy. I think these are the options. They're not pointed in the right direction. They're too lazy. They don't know where to put their effort in. I think that's it. I think those are the three. Like,
so I wrote down 6 things: health, money, happiness, experience, materials, and characteristics.
mm-hmm.
And if we're going to talk about average, something you're worried about is not something that I'm worried about.
Yes.
Something I'm worried about is not what Caleb Witt was worried about, because Caleb Witt's got his football, man. He's got his flag football. That's what fires him up. He was terrified to shoot an AR-15 because he thought it might hurt his shoulder. And he may not be able to throw a football as well. And I freaking admire that.
Yeah.
That's just 6 categories that came to mind pretty quick when I was thinking of average.
Yeah.
And experiences, like travel, materials, the materialistic things that you want, Like, I like to think I'm not overly materialistic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't need a luxury car or a car that's luxury and, or like super luxury clothes. Like, I don't care about that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're talking about average, you're talking about a lot of different averages.
Yes.
And part of it is just that you have an average.
Yeah.
Like, we just have an average. So, like, as far as circumstances go, I got super lucky, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I got a lottery ticket with my parents.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for both of them. And they cared a lot,
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is what it is. Our community has a lot of problems.
Mm-hmm.
And I could have been born, I couldn't have been born to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because it's not how that works.
Yeah.
But just thinking You know, like, if my existence had been with, like, from anyone else,
Yeah.
it would have completely changed the circumstances I was born in.
Yes.
We have a lot of people that are born in poverty
Mm-hmm.
and born into drug abuse, substance abuse, and just really crappy situations.
Mm-hmm.
That happens.
Yeah.
It just does. So I think that affects our average a lot. Because, like, the average quality of life, I guess, in our population dictates the outcome of that population. Right? So, I mean, we've gotten better, you know, like, as far as a time to be alive, it's now.
Yeah.
Like, we're sitting in an air-conditioned house. If you wanted to go take a hot shower in my house, you could.
Yeah.
And that's a serious luxury. Like,
Yeah.
hot showers haven't been around for long.
I know.
And people don't think about that. Like, that's serious.
Yeah.
It's a serious luxury. Like, we take so much for granted. I don't know. I had a good thought lined out there, and I lost it while you were talking. Like, there's so many different averages that you've got to consider, and I think the one that really dictates it is what you're born into, and the average IQ.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if we had on average, better school systems in the U.S., people would probably be a lot brighter. And that's going to take a lot of time.
Yeah.
You know, on average, people are a lot smarter now than they were 50 years ago or 100 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't have any statistics to back that up, but I'm pretty certain of it.
Yeah.
You know, and mainly because of stuff like this. And, like,
If I need information on something, I mean, it's just right there.
yeah. And, like, solitaire. Solitaire's on, like, every computer.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a good way for people to get used to using the computer.
Yeah.
And now, like, little kids can get on a phone and play Miss Rachel or whatever. You know, Bluey. Like, they can do that. They can figure that out pretty quick.
I don't know if that boosts their IQ, though.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like,
Like, I could give...
it's way easier to
I
just
could give
learn
I
that.
give a 4-year-old a tablet, and they could take me to Google and Google up something or find me a recipe on TikTok.
Like, Lincoln loves to steal people's phones and take pictures of his face like this close.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I had another thought, too. I wrote last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I do that every now and then. I'm not good at it.
A little journaling?
A little journaling. But there was something I remember writing about. Oh, I found it. Being scared to bring a child into this world.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny. We broke the news to somebody, a relative, about us being pregnant, or Raina being pregnant, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that's good." And then, like, minutes later, they were talking about how it's cruel to bring children into the world. Like, we moved on conversations. They weren't, like, directly saying that to us, but they were talking about how it was cruel. And I was kind of sitting there, and I was like, well, that's really funny, because you just said congratulations. Now you're like, it's awful to do that. And, I mean, there's so many reasons to be scared of that, I think. Mm-hmm. Or at least that's the way I feel. Because, like, the world can be a cruel place. And if I'm not careful, like, I could emotionally damage that person.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be there for hopefully I'll be there for every developmental stage of their life.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be a big part of that influence. And that scares me.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a lot of self-trust.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like being scared of that is a good sign.
Because it shows you care.
That I'll be cautious.
Yeah.
like, it's pretty easy to mess up.
Yeah.
I feel like. I don't know. I'm rambling.
That makes sense, though. Like, I couldn't imagine doing that at the point of life I'm in right now.
I kind of can't imagine doing it in the point of life I'm in. I was talking to your dad this morning about being in student debt. I was like, made it halfway through school. And I've got student debt. Nothing to show for it.
Yeah, so like it is like kind of a terrifying thought, but the way I look at it, I don't know, I might just be naive in saying this, but like we talked about the power of showing up, I mean, if you just show up, you'll be fine.
You can get pretty far.
Like you can get pretty far
up.
just by showing up. I know it's not the exact same thing. Like, we just show up, like, because you actually got to like nurture that child, and and like if you don't do it, like if you don't take care of that child, it'll die. So, but you can't just like show up and just kind of be there, but like showing up and just
show up with a couple extra steps at least.
But like if you just show up and put in the work, just like anything else, I think it'd be like perfectly fine if you just show up and put in the work. And that's really all it is. I mean, you do that every day anyways with your wife. You show up and put in the work. So, yeah, it'll be different because you're doing it for two people now. But, like, I'm stressing you out, ain't I?
No.
I don't know. I might be naive in saying that, but
no,
maybe I'm just simple-minded when it comes to stuff like that.
I think it's easier to look in on it.
Yeah.
And it's just like with anything else.
Yeah.
Like, if you look in on anyone else's problem, it's like, well, do that.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to somebody last night, and he was talking about how people feel about him, like from in the past, and how they feel about him. And like, I didn't say nothing, but I was thinking, I'm like, why do you care anymore? Why does that bother you? Mm-hmm. But that's his problem. That's not my problem to deal with, And so that's not really fair for me to like say, it's like, well, you should think this or you should think that. Well, because if that same thing was happening to me, I'd probably be crapping my pants, doing the same thing. So, I mean, it is easy for me to sit over here and say that, but because I'm not in that situation and I don't have that responsibility that you do.
Yeah.
Of doing that.
I'm pretty certain that I'll give a lot of effort,
Yeah.
Like a lot more than a lot of people do.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel a lot better. I mean, this is like late last night when I was stressed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easier. The reason I write is to like visualize what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess the reason I type. Visualize what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It's like if I'm just sitting there thinking about stuff and it's just running.
Yeah.
It's just running and there's no track of it.
Yeah.
If I write down what I'm thinking, then I can track it.
Yeah.
And I can avoid thinking the same thing twice.
Mm-hmm.
And I can look at it.
Yeah.
And it's, I guess, seeing it, I don't know.
That makes sense, though. I mean, people write all the time to, like, deal with things. Maybe not even deal with it, just get thoughts down, you know? So, I mean, I did it there for a little bit, then I got bored of it. But I tried to journal every day for, like, 2 weeks, and I got bored of it.
It's easy to do.
But, because, like, it just felt like I was talking about the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, when you put a, like, I'm going to do this every day for 2 weeks to it.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to do this every day. Makes it more forced.
Yeah.
And then, like, you don't know why you're doing it. When you just, I don't know.
When I first started running every day, I wasn't doing it like day 1, day 2, day 3. I didn't realize that I had a streak going until like day 100. Really? Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, I just went and did it every day. I didn't realize I had a streak going until that far into it. Yeah.
I don't know what's been coming up to the fence. I mean, there's a new dog at the neighbor's.
Yeah.
That's super well taken care of. And but something has been coming up to the fence, like late at night.
Yeah.
Making the craziest noises. I have no clue what it is. That's why my dog's barking like crazy.
Sasquatch.
I'm thinking. It could be a Sasquatch.
Anaconda.
I don't know. I've got a couple guns. So if it is a Sasquatch, he's getting dropped.
But, yeah.
To talk about escaping mediocrity, I think it's just like you talked about, like if you don't change anything, nothing's going to change.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, I don't know, that's hard to give advice on. Like I'd have a really mediocre job, kind of. Like,
Well, you just changed a job.
Yeah, I'm doing the same stuff. I'm just doing more of the process now.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people show up to work and build something. Like, a lot of people work construction or electricians or plumbers. Like, that's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they make value.
Yeah.
Is with their time, they build something that somebody else makes money off of.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they're paid what they're paid. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really know where I'm going with
I
that.
think when it comes to escaping mediocrity, or maybe just escaping being average, you got to look at, I think there's a difference in being content and a difference in being average.
Yes.
Or a different in being, let's see, mediocre, because like I can be completely content with my job, with my life, with this or that. I can be content with it, and just get along with my day and do everything fine. But I think when it comes to just being average, there's a little bit of there that you don't want to be there,
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, for me, it was like when I told myself 16 years old, maybe 15 years old, it's like, Gabe, you're going to be fat the rest of your life. I just don't want it to get out of control. Like, there was a little bit of feeling there. It's like, I don't want to be this, but I also know it's going to be hard to get out of it. So I don't want to work to get out of it. So it's like a double-sided sword there. It's like you don't want to be there, but you don't want to do the thing that makes it better.
Yeah.
And so, because the thing that makes it better is hard. And that's literally anything. Losing weight, going after whatever you want. Whatever the thing that, if you're in a situation that you don't want to be in, or you don't like, but to get out of that situation, it's going to be hard. Like, there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. That's just how life is. But that's different than being content. And I think being content has a lot to do with where you find your value from, right? Because, well, like you said, it's like there's people that go and they work every day and they find their value in their work. It's like, I remember talking to Zach Barnett one time in school. He said, my favorite job I ever done
shoveling gravel.
was shoveling gravel.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning of the day, there was this big old pile of gravel. And at the end of the day, there wasn't any gravel. Yeah. And I knew where my work was going, and it was going into that. With like other jobs, you might not know where your work is going to or what it's affecting. But that he knew at the end of the day, I don't know what that was. But he knew at the end of the day that gravel was gone. That work was done. When I mowed my grass the other day, I let it get way too tall. It looked like garbage and had to wait. It was bad. But I went and worked and got that grass mowed and got the and got weed eaten and got everything trimmed up, and you could see like it looked so much better after that work I put in on it, and just other things like that. And so if you find your value in your work, or your value, well, we'll use work for example. If you find your value as a person in your work, and that work's not going the way you want it to, or that work is not treating you the way you're supposed to, or like it's going to reflect back onto you. Or if you find your value in a sports team, and they're sucking and they're losing, and the coach is an idiot, and they're not playing the rotation they need to be playing, like that's going to reflect badly onto you. If you find your value in something of this world, what does Solomon say in Ecclesiastes?
Everything's meaningless.
Everything is meaningless, right? And so me and Kevin were talking about this the other night, and Andrew, I guess last night, we were talking about this. It's like people, they get so worked up in finding their value of things of this world, their work, their car, their house, or this or that. They find their value in that, and they find their value as a person in that. And that's meaningless. That's mist in the wind. That's nothing in comparison to eternity. And so I think when it comes to that mediocre feeling or that average feeling, it's because you're finding value and stuff like that. But when you find value in Christ, your life will flip around. That's what the ending of Ecclesiastes is all about. It's like, well, if you find everything of this world is meaningless, the only thing that has any value at all is God and your relationship with God. And that's the only thing that will last, and that's the only thing that's eternal. Because after you die, you can't take none of this stuff with you, so it's either heaven or hell. Those are the two. And we don't deserve to be in heaven. There's nothing we can do to get into heaven, and we're destined for hell. But Christ died on the cross so that we get to go be with heaven if we choose to accept him and choose to follow him and choose to believe in him, and love him. And so if you look at it that way, if you find your value in Christ, that feeling of mediocrity, that feeling of being average, that goes into a feeling of contentment, right? Because like you said at the beginning with your plot there, a lot of people, quote unquote, average. I mean, me and you, we're just two everyday Joes. Joe Blow's walking down the street, in comparison to...
We're going to be the next president and vice president.
But, we were talking about it, too. It's like, when God humbled himself and sent his son to earth to die for us, Jesus is getting whooped, he's getting cursed at, he's getting made fun of, he's getting spit at while he's carrying this cross up this mountain to go die for these people that, in comparison, are I hate to use this example, but in a comparison from God to us, it's like ants, bro.
Yeah.
When I have an ant crawling on my leg that's aggravating me, I slap it and kill it. Think of it. Honestly, think of it. I thought about this last night and used that comparison. I'm like, holy crap. Because, God is so much greater than us, so much greater that we'll never even be able to fully understand it. But he was humbled himself enough so that these people that he created to love him and that he created that have no power over him at all. Christ could have called down 12 legions of angels. He could have called down the whole... he could have snapped his finger and killed every single one of them. Yeah. All these people that were hurting him and wronging him. But he loved them. He chose to love them. He chose to forgive them. And that's what... It's just... It blows my mind thinking about it in that way. Because, if I have a wasp or something flying around me, I'm trying to get away from it. If I've got something that's aggravating me, I try to leave from it. I try to leave from that situation. If I have an ant crawling on me, I get rid of it. These people are sitting there beating Christ up and spitting on him and mocking him, making fun of him. But anyways, where was I going with that? But like, if we choose to humble ourselves and realize, I'm not in that 1%. And if I am in that 1%, I really don't want to be in that 1%. Because if I'm in that 1% with the celebrities and the billionaires of the world, what have I done to get there? I've sold my soul to get there 99% of the time, to get that famous, to have that much stuff. And the reason, and you think about it, it's like you see like these celebrities and stuff all the time, they're sad and depressed and they want to kill themselves and all this crap. Well, it's because they find their value in their things. And when you have so much stuff, just like Solomon, dude.
You have so much stuff.
He did everything under the sun and couldn't find value in any of it besides Christ, besides God.
Yeah.
Well, besides God, because this is Old Testament. But still, like, you'll do everything. You'll sleep with whoever you want to sleep with. You'll do whatever drug. You'll drink whatever alcohol. You'll do this. Like, you can do literally anything, and you will never find any value of something that is meaningful unless it's in Christ, and people use that to suppress and to do all these things. And I'm not saying this to like call anybody out for living that way. I'm saying that because that's the truth, and I think that's something that doesn't get said a lot anymore is the truth. And, that's the way I see it. I think that's a big reason that people struggle with anxiety and people struggle with depressions. I know this is a hot take, but it's because they try to find their value in other things, in worldly things. And it's kind of like that video that we were talking about earlier. We're finding our value in the negative things. We're finding our value in what other people think about us. Well, it doesn't matter what other people think about us. It matters what Christ thinks about us. And Christ loves us, and Christ died for us. And because of that, I'm going to love him. And I'm going to do it like we love because he first loved us, So I'm going to do everything I can to follow that example and to live that way. But that's kind of my thoughts on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the way you move past being average is thinking differently.
Yeah.
And pursuing the right things. If you're pursuing Christ and the fruit of the Spirit, you're pretty different.
Yeah. I think so too.
I don't know how we did that.
We answered the question, didn't we?
We went from
talking about whatever we talked about at the beginning to how long have we been going? We hit the hour?
Oh, yeah.
Good. We talked about 10 minutes before, so we hit at least the 70-minute mark.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're at 120.
Okay, good deal. Well, we've talked a little bit about Christ. Let's see if we can't find a Bible verse. I'm looking outside right now, and I'm looking at these clouds, and I still got 6 miles a night. You going to a bonfire tonight?
Yeah, it might be a bonfire.
Might be an indoor.
Might be a hangout at the shop.
Oh, gosh. Might be an indoor festivities. What was that?
Festival?
Golly, man. I get on here and I just say a bunch of nonsense. I can't.
You're still better off than I am, brother.
Here we go. Isaiah 55:6, verse of the day. I want to read the full chapter. Here we go. Yeah, we'll read this. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Call on him while he is near. Amen. Seek the Lord. I think that's the answer to being above average.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, to really be, if you want to be above average, you got to stand out a little bit, right? And if you're a Christian, you're going to stand out. whether you realize it or not. Or probably you'll stand out and probably at the world looking at you kind of in a negative way because, well, what's this guy doing? You know, why is he like? It's like, what is this guy? Why is he acting like that way? Why is he treating that person that way? Like, that person doesn't deserve to be treated that way. Like, he didn't do nothing nice to him. Why is he, like, stuff like that. I mean, you'll probably stand out. And, you know, if you're going to be above average, I think it's important that you, I don't know where I'm going with that. Seek the Lord while he may be found, calling him while he is near.
I think in a world of antidepressants and just anxiety, depression in general, getting peace from God is pretty well above average.
Yeah. Contentment.
And I need to work on that.
Contentment, being content. There's a difference between being content and being complacent. A lot of people are complacent in the situations that they're in. They're not content.
Yeah.
And I'm guilty of that. I feel like I'm complacent in a lot of the situations that I'm in, but
I thought you were going to talk about that earlier.
I was going to, but it never came up. We can always talk about that next time. So, yeah, man. I don't got nothing else unless we want to talk about how we're going to run for president and vice president again. Kirby Hall 2028.
I think we're good.
Before we get fired up.
I don't want to ruin the surprise because the nation's going to be shocked. Father, I thank you for this day. I thank you for all the wonderful opportunities you've given us. I pray that you'll continue to lead us and guide us, point us in the right direction, and I pray that you will forgive us of our shortcomings. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I don't know what to say after that. Hey, you know, it's how it goes. Maybe one day.
Next president of the United States, right here. 48, baby.
No kings.
48, no kings. That's right.
I guess.
All right, I'll get something put together.
We'll have a PowerPoint next week.
We got stuff to do, buddy.
We'll have a PowerPoint.
I got to make queso and make a government. Sing the song. Let's roll out of here.
Be good to your brother.
All right, everybody. Thank you. I hope that was at least entertaining. I hope you got something from it. As always, we love you.
Jesus loves you.
Be good to your brother. Kirby Hall 28.